wonderful Tuesday evening.
Yes.
And welcome.
Practices.
Okay.
Hello, friends. I'm here. Oh,
Justin. What a big dog. My husband is my number one fan.
As he should
most
be.
of the time.
Stop. All right, friends. So tonight, happy Tuesday.
Hey.
It is.
What up?
8:30.
It's 8:30 at night and we're sitting here on this podcast.
Mm-hmm.
How was your day?
What did I do? It was long. It was long.
I bet it was.
I thought switching was going to be easier.
Ooh, wasn't it?
I mean, it is easier than how it used to be, like switching between clients, but it was still a lot. It did make the day go by faster.
It does. See, sure. It makes the day go by faster.
For sure.
That's the only thing I was trying to get at. Now I ain't even there no more, so you're welcome.
Appreciate it. Had a lot of refusal.
Good looking out, big dog.
A lot of points were lost.
Ooh, yeah. Man, that is something I missed. That point system was...
It was great. It was until awesome. Like today. It was like a lot of, I want to spend 40 points for 20 minutes.
Oh.
I want to do this. There's a new point thing where they lose 2 points for not following directions.
Ooh, yes. I love that one.
Like 14 points.
I mean, I've been doing that, but
now it's on the list. Now we actually
I've been doing that, but you know. Hey, I done told you twice. Next time, I'm taking points.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no, don't take my points.
It's gone. Sorry.
Gone.
How was your day? I heard it was great.
I went swimming.
I'm so jealous.
I went swimming with my client. It was so much fun until it wasn't.
You know, it happens that way sometimes.
You know, it was great. It was wonderful. I genuinely loved it.
Nice.
It was so much fun. We were having a great time because we weren't paired like
for a while.
Literally, like I haven't been there in so long, and like getting there. First of all, trying to get my friend to work today was absolutely not. Every time I even like presented a question for the first half of our day was like, that's too hard, no work. That's too difficult. I'm like, bruh, what are you?
Can it be the easiest things?
No, the easiest
things.
They just
like, work.
Is this big or small?
Right.
Like
this pencil.
No, it's really not hard. Just hold this. Look at this.
Draw a line.
Yeah. Like it's really not hard. But my guy was making like their own learning opportunities. So like at one point we're making flags for every country. Every country's flag. We're lining the yard. I told mom today, I was like, guess what? You're about to have every country in your backyard. All the flags are flying and you are an ally.
Not you support everybody.
And no, literally. And she was like, oh, well, we're already looking into getting the like the set of every country's flag, like the little ones.
I love that.
So that we can stop making them because honestly, making them out of construction paper is hard.
It'll take a lot of work.
And so I was like, oh, so you're gonna have flags like everywhere. My friend is excited about it.
Dedicated.
Okay. Dedicated. Definitely dedicated.
Alrighty, so what are we talking about today?
Today, we're talking about serious versus unserious sessions and how being in the school feels so unserious and being in home and in clinic feels so serious. Yeah.
See, I missed the school. I was in school for 4 years. 4 years, every day for 4 years. And I had like 2 or 3 different clients throughout that whole time. Mm-hmm. And it was so much more fun. Because I feel like everybody's so super supportive in the school district compared to like clinics.
You know,
in my experience.
In schools, I feel like everybody is pretty supportive. That's, yes, I would agree 100%. But I also feel like being in the school, everybody is like happier. There's a lot less weight on your shoulders to be perfect and run perfect trials and collect perfectly beautiful data. And if you get the time to write it on a sticky note throughout the day, great job.
10 out of 10.
In home and in clinic,
that's all you do.
You missed a data point out of 7 trials.
Yeah.
And
Start over. Yeah,
right.
Exactly. And that's really what I love that part. Well, me, I was like contracted into the school district. So my company and everybody else, all the other RBTs were contracted there. We didn't hire RBTs through the district. So we had contracts. So there was like 6, 7 other ABA companies there in that classroom with you. So every kid or ones that needed RBT had RBTs in the classroom right next to them. And it was so different from clinic or in-home because we didn't run DTT. Everything was NET based, which was so hard going back into clinics for me.
Well, yeah, DTT is confusing.
Yeah.
You know, I was actually having the conversation with my BCBA the other day of whenever we're doing like retrials, I had a BCBA whenever I was a baby RBT, who told me that every time I repeated the SD, that was a new trial. Yeah. Right. See, so you've had a BCBA tell you that too. Then I've had other BCBAs who say, no, that's not a new trial. It's error correction or errorless teaching for the next trial. I'm like,
it's confusing. You really need to figure out what your BCBAs want.
Honestly, and I feel like that's the exact conversation we had. I told her, I was like, not all you BCBAs are on the same page. No. Because one of the targets that we were discussing actually said, like, collect data on each retrial. And my BCBA was like, I forget that this BCBA does that. Like, I don't do that. I don't collect data on retrials. Really? And I was like, I do. Friend, go ahead and crank some stuff up. Yeah, let me go back and fix some data then, because I be taking data on retrials.
I've had to get in the habit of asking their preference. Loki, same, Sydney, same.
Dude, it's so hard to keep up with all of them.
Yeah. And I'm like, now, thankful we only got one technically right now.
Yeah,
so
right now.
I'm like, as long as I know how she likes it, cool. 10 out of 10.
I mean, 10 out of 10 until we move on or they move on and we learn everything are stuck again. Yeah,
exactly.
So no, I get confused on that too, for sure.
I believe it.
For sure.
It's hard.
DTP is difficult whenever you're having multiple BCBAs tell you how to take data differently.
And it was so different, especially when I was in clinic. I was at a company, and this company I had maybe like 8 or 9 kids, and we switched all throughout the day. So I'd have a kid for 30 minutes, or a kid for an hour, or a kid for 2.5 hours at most. It's 2.5 hours. So from 30 minutes to 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
And we switched. I have like 4 kids a day, depending on the schedule. And I've had kids from different BCBAs. So it was really hard to distinguish because I'd have a kid from one BCBA. I have a kid for another BCBA. I have kids from 3 different BCBAs in one day. So I'm like, you know what? Y'all choose teams. Let's make teams.
Dude, so the last ABA clinic I worked at, actually, they did that where they traded every like hour and a half, I think it was.
Yeah.
And I'm like, bro, what is why?
Yeah.
Why? And they're like, oh, well, it helps with burnout. No. Absolutely not.
No, it doesn't. It actually does the opposite.
It
does the opposite.
No. Give me one kid all day or give me 2 kids. Split them in the middle of the day. Don't give me 8. I'm having to change my mindset 1,000,001 times a day.
I think the most I've had was 6. 6 clients in one day.
Crazy.
And I'm like, y'all, I'm ready to quit.
Right? No, girl.
I'm ready to quit.
I was at that company for, I know it was less than 90 days.
Oh, wow. I was there for less than a year.
Less than 90 days. I was out of that hoe.
Yeah, no, it's
I was
hard.
out of that.
It's too, I'm like, y'all are doing too
I said,
much.
what do y'all want me to do?
Why did you talk about this interview? Hello?
Yeah, no, literally. You told me that y'all had it together and y'all were a very tight-knit clinic who is very organized. And you're not.
No, sorry.
No, I do like the way our clinic does things, though, where they split them in the middle of the day.
Yeah.
It breaks up your day being able to split once.
It does. It does. I like that. So it's like in home, it's completely different. Like we'll have one kid all day. And so unless it was that one case. But like still, that's a long day to be at that client's house. 8 to 3:30, 8 to 4, 8:30 to 4. Like it's a long day to be in the same house.
A long day. I was looking at the clock today whenever we got out the pool. I said, an hour? That interaction was so funny today, though. I can't. I'm sorry I got everybody in trouble.
You know, you was the only one in the pool.
I said, who's not in the pool?
Stop putting my feet in the water.
Okay. The BCBA had messaged me saying, oh, I know that they splash you guys sometimes. And you guys have to change your clothes. I'm like, splashes? Who ain't in the pool?
Dude, you didn't even bring a whole change of clothes.
No, I really didn't. I really was like, hey, I have a pair of very light material pants.
Oh, good.
I do have a change of clothes. Is it swim worthy? Probably not. But
it's not the point.
I mean, if my guy is asking me to get in the pool, I'm getting in the pool. And I dove. When I say I dove, absolutely not.
See, were there June bugs in the water again?
Bro, so that's what started us getting in the pool. That's what even started the pool, y'all.
Loves the June bugs.
We were. The June bug died today, y'all. It was a sacrifice. We sacrificed a June bug, and that's what started the pool.
No.
So the June bug was on the ground. The pool ring, like the ones that sink, was next to the pool. And my friend picked up the pool ring, picked up the June bug with the pool ring, and then sunk the pool ring. June bugs don't swim. Once they're attached to something, they're attached.
Yeah.
And then proceeds to lay on the side of the pool, looking in and watch it sink and watch it drown and inevitable death.
You know.
And then my friend was like, "Oh, where's the June bug?" I said, "Buddy, the June bug is June bug is gone.
You're not coming back. I'm sorry."
And so whenever that's what started getting the pool. Then it was, I need to get it out. We tried to get the pool net. We tried to get a rake. That was interesting. We tried to get a rake. We tried to get a couple things before I was like, friend, that's not happening. And they were like, it's unavailable? Yes, it's unavailable, my friend. It's unavailable. And so we ended up in the water. I went and asked Mom. I was like, Mom, my friend really wants to get in the pool. Like, is it okay to get in the pool? And Mom was like, well, yeah, like if they want to get in the pool, they can get in the pool.
Right.
I said, okay. So my friend went in and for 20 minutes, I didn't tell anybody I brought a change of clothes or anything. It was in the car. For 20 minutes, my friend is like, my teacher get in the water, my teacher get in the pool, my teacher swim with me, my teacher get bathing suit, my teacher get swimsuit, my teacher goes swimming.
Yes.
You know what?
Absolutely.
At this point, yes. Yeah, I'm getting in the pool with a friend.
It does. It's great, actually.
Yes. So my friend and I really weren't paired. Like it was a hard first part of the day. Yeah. As soon as I got in that water, our session changed. I was running trials. I was giving my friend every single target in the pool, and there was no issue with it.
Yeah, he was good with it.
No issue whatsoever. What is happening here? I don't know. Bird, squirrel, squirrel. My brain has squirrels.
Hello? Okay. Squirrel. That kid recently
sense, right?
started calling me by my name instead of teacher.
Oh,
and I was gonna cry.
My heart. I love that.
Like, Mom, did you hear that? Did you hear that? Because I'm about to cry. I was like, I'm no longer teacher, you guys. I upgraded.
I love that. But no, we had a fantastic session. Then whenever the CBA had messaged me, the messages were so funny, bro. It was so funny.
She's funny.
I'm like, she goes, I know they splash you even though you aren't in the pool, or even though you aren't actually in the pool.
Right.
And my response is literally a picture of my clothes. And I'm like, ma'am. But that's something that I don't think anybody recognized was like how reinforcing that really was and how much it did really help pair.
Definitely. And that's good, especially in Houston in the summertime.
Bro, in the summer, I hate to tell you, I'm not sitting next to that pool in the summertime in the sun.
No.
Expect
Putting my feet in is not good enough. I'm gonna get in the water.
She said, I'm in the water. I'm
gonna sit right there at the edge.
No, Mom said that she was so amazed at the dedication once I did decide to get in, because you can't get in a cold pool.
No,
you cannot get in a cold pool like by the stairs, and that's what I was trying to do. I'm like, I'm trying to be modest about it because I'm like, I'm in the pool, right? Here I am, and there was no modesty going into that pool once I got like halfway to up my thought. At that point, I'm in it. I'm in it. I gotta wash my hair because I can feel the chlorine.
You got chlorine hair.
I can feel the chlorine. That was the only thing that I would say was like really rough about it. I'm in the bathroom like changing, and I'm like, do I get in the shower? Do I not get in the shower? I'm like, these messages already came out. I'm gonna just dry myself up.
Yeah, showering in a client's house.
Yeah, it's a lot. Now, if there was an outside shower where there was like the thing, rinse yourself off before and after you get out of the pool, cool, great. But shower
upstairs,
I was like, this is probably a no. Like they done told me get out the pool.
I'm not gonna shower in the bathroom. Okay, that's real. That's real.
I'm like, but kind of like, would you keep the chlorine on you?
Yeah.
Once you get out of the pool,
you have to take a shower.
Yeah,
right away.
So that's kind of like my other question. We're gonna need some more clarification on these things.
Real? Can I get a hose?
We're gonna need
a hose.
some more clarification.
See, and I had a client like that in high school. We had swim in high school, and I was like, "Girl, I'm not getting in that water." Oh, I'm not getting in that water. Because
you had class. You had to swim.
Yeah, my supervisor
with your client or with
my client. Well, because the client was in a gen ed PE class, and I was like, I asked my UCD, I was like, do I have to swim with them? She's like, you can if you want to. I said, I'm not getting in that water. My client didn't get in the water. We walked to the pool building or whatever. I said, okay, it's time for you to go change. No. I said, what do you mean no? And then she started screaming. So it was time to leave. At that point, it was time to go.
It's time to go.
It's over. Yeah, I was like, you got what you wanted. Because
that's
you're not getting in the water, buddy.
That's so funny. All right, I did look at a few things here. Let's see. What did I find?
You bookmarked, my God.
I bookmarked a couple of things here. Defining a fun session versus a not fun session, like actually defining it. What does it even mean in an ABA session?
What does it look like?
And is fun the same for the client versus the therapist versus the parent? Because I feel like whenever the therapist is having fun at session, the kid is usually having fun.
Yeah,
right.
For sure.
Are the parents having fun?
Depends on their involvement.
It depends on their involvement, and it depends on the activity we're doing. Because I know some parents really do not like the activities we do with their kids.
Yeah.
Like, I'm out here trying to pair with your kid, and I got a whole mud mansion in your backyard right now.
And you're, hanging out in the swing. So, yeah.
I got a whole mud pit in your backyard with some monster trucks that I know you're going to end up having to clean. Yeah, like as a parent, I do some stuff during my sessions with kids because that's their interest. That I absolutely would not let my children do at home. I'm like,
I have a client like that. He likes to paint a lot.
Yes,
paint animals like animals.
Paint the actual
and the cars.
Yeah, paint the toys themselves
and put it through a car wash in the bathroom sink.
Yeah.
There's water everywhere. I have paint on me 24/7. He has fun. So that's all that matters.
Smock. Wear the smock.
He knows smocks.
You gotta get the smock. You gotta start. I feel like I need like a bog bag of like certain things for different. The baby RBTs always come prepared. Always come prepared. Yeah. I love having a baby RBT to remind me the things that I used to do. That I'm like, that's a good idea.
Backpack. I had binders. I had pencils and crayons and fidget toys. I have a backpack full of my safety care training manuals. So
now
that's it. We don't do safety care.
You know what's in my work bag now? Lady things and chargers for everything that I have to work on throughout the day.
Let me see.
And
right here.
a pen. And I think there's a sock in there right now.
Shrinky dinks.
Oh, not the shrinky dinks.
I have shrinky dinks.
Okay, wait. See, that's a fun RBT right there.
And a word search.
Okay, you would do great at certain clients' homes.
Exactly.
I love that.
Have an umbrella.
Yeah, I feel like an umbrella is pretty valid.
Not here.
Umbrella is pretty valid. I mean, we don't get a whole lot of rain. You're right.
I think that's it. Water. Oh,
paint. And it's not mixed together.
I'm so more. I have to create the babies, guys.
I thought we got there. No, I feel like some of the fun things that we do at session are like a parent's worst nightmare.
Oh, for sure.
Because like if somebody were to come into my house and give my child a dozen paints, I think I would lose it. I think my eye would start twitching.
The paints, the loud toys.
The loud toys and the loud reinforcement. I feel like some houses I go into and my kids are super reinforced by like the heightened activity and the meeting them where they're at, like with their hyperness. And
up to get to the level. That's a lot.
I feel like hyping up and being an adult who's not hype in the house.
Yeah, I'm old now.
You gotta meet them or beat them. I don't know.
You really do.
I don't know.
See.
All right. Nope. You're next. Pull up your stuff, my friend.
Let me get my notes, guys. I'm prepared. Okay.
I feel like we talk about pairing a lot. Those were the only things I had bookmarked.
I feel like, okay, so the differences between, we already talked about the school sites and clinic sites and everything, but we didn't talk about like more things that we do in school. So in school, we had like fun Fridays. Mm-hmm. We used to have like lunches and teachers used to pay for everything.
For all the staff and everything.
Yeah, every kid got a birthday party with music, cupcakes, food. We had Thanksgiving. Mm-hmm. I'm like,
now you show up to these clients in home and if they have a birthday party, you better not touch that cupcake.
Don't do it. Don't do it. I wouldn't do it.
I feel like I was having that conversation with somebody the other day where like, if I could go back to the school setting, I totally would.
Oh, for sure.
I totally would. But school settings don't pay, first of all.
Not here.
Yeah. School settings don't pay. And being like a para is... What are your kiddos' typical chicken nuggets?
Turkey bacon.
Turkey bacon.
Grandma, I want turkey bacon. I want an ice pop. I want cookies.
I want turkey bacon.
Yes.
Grandma, I want turkey bacon. I've started eating turkey bacon because of that client. Actually.
Yeah, I'll leave his
I
house.
bought a whole pack.
Go to HEB.
Yeah, no, literally. After all day being there, I went grocery shopping the other day after my session and was like, turkey bacon, that's coming home with me.
That kid eats turkey bacon at least 6 times a day. And grandma used to make it fresh. Now she makes it all in one morning. Here you go. Here you go.
A pile of it.
I'm like, buddy, you teared it up
but
too.
No, being a para is, I feel like being a para is so much more fun because you don't have the ethics code, first of all. As an RBT, you have the ethics code. And I feel like that sets us back in the interactions we're allowed to have that we can have in school. Mm-hmm. Like you can actually go the extra mile to build that relationship and build that rapport with the families.
I do like that.
And here, if you do it, it's being an RBT, trying to rapport build and trying to be.
It's hard.
Like you become part of these families.
Yeah.
And you really do.
Their lives, their business.
And in school, like, you become part of their lives, but you don't get like the intimate part of their lives. Exactly. Here, you get the intimate part of their lives being at home. Yeah.
It's a lot. I miss that. I used to get my kid from the bus, so I didn't even see mom most of the time. Mom would come pick her up for some doctor's appointments or just early, or she was a dance. So all her dance performances and practices, she would be there. She loved me. I loved her. But it's so different. I'm like, she did great today. That's it.
Right.
And
right. See, I miss being a para and being able to be a part of those things, like the wins outside of school and the wins outside. Because at the end of the day, we all got into this because we actually care about the kids.
Right.
And I feel like being an RBT in the role of an RBT rather, the ethics code sets you back from being allowed to care as much as as much as you could.
No, that's true.
Whereas being in the school setting, you don't have to follow this like strict set of rules.
It opens you up to what you want to do in the way you work with your kids. For sure.
So it makes it more fun whenever it's not so serious, for sure.
I miss working in the school district. Here, they don't like RBTs here in the school district. They don't like us here.
They will dismiss a child from school before they allow an RBT in those doors,
which is crazy.
Yeah, it's wild.
Texas, y'all. Texas. I'm gonna go to California.
Florida. I like Texas.
I like it in the way it is. Job opportunities, no. But
yeah, I feel like the cost of living here is so much cheaper though. Like it really is so much cheaper. Like we could probably survive off what they want to pay us everywhere else.
Yeah.
Probably. But we probably honestly could
if we budget.
But
it's just slower here, in my opinion.
Yes,
way slower.
Ooh, I found another one. Common mistakes that kill the fun.
Ooh.
Ready, pop quiz. What do you think they are?
Being too serious.
Ooh, yeah.
Being too serious and not being willing to have fun with your client.
Yeah. So the first one is actually over prompting. So I would count that as being too serious.
Yeah, because you let go a little bit.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
Yeah, you gotta let go of the reins a little bit.
I'm like, you're gonna be in session for however long you'll be in session. Have fun. Like, come on now. There'll be always time.
Unless that kid is super annoying, then you take a deep breath and try to get through the day.
Exactly. You can choose your battles.
I love our clients. I really do. But there's some mornings I wake up and I'm like, I look at my schedule and I'm like,
that sounds nice. It's gonna be a day. That's how you prepare yourself, though. I like be on the way to work, sitting in silence. On the way to work.
No, on the way to work, sitting in silence is a different kind of hurt.
I'm like, bro, me this morning. I said, okay, let me lock in.
Listen, a morning meltdown, highly recommend.
Yeah, we had one this morning.
Yeah, I highly recommend we do that from now on.
Yes.
On the way to session, have a morning meltdown with an RBT that gets it.
Yeah, go ahead, just talk. Scream, yell, cuss. I don't know. Do it all.
Talk, scream, yell, cuss. Grab something to drink and make it an energy drink.
Yeah.
Make sure it's got caffeine in it.
Oh, for sure. It's gonna be a long day.
Yeah. I chugged my caffeine.
What did you get this morning?
Bloom.
Oh, okay.
Me and Bloom drink serve.
I've tried it once.
We love each other.
I'm about to try some more.
They're good. Don't get the apple. Why?
I like apples.
The apple one tastes like somebody only kept the skins of the apple and ground them up and made juice. It's so nasty. The orange one is good. No, just the skin. Like specifically the skin of the apple. You know the apple juice tastes like the inside of an apple, right? No. The Bloom tastes bitter. Yeah. Well, it's like bitter, but almost like they tried to sweeten it. I don't know. It's weird. It's so weird. Bloom apple is absolutely not. Hello, Bree. Welcome to the Congo.
Welcome.
All right.
What is the next thing on the list?
The next thing on the list was ignoring client motivation.
I'm scared.
All right.
Sorry. It was standing up there first.
We do the podcast in the playroom. And we find a lot of really cool things. We should really come in here one day and do a DTT breakdown. We have so much stuff in here. There's so much stuff. This is one of my favorite toys right here.
Multiple stimulus with replacement.
We're getting distracted. Oh, and it lights up.
I like it.
Okay, anyways, it's so loud. I can only imagine what that sounds like in our mics. Sorry.
It was ignoring their motivation.
Yes, ignoring client motivation.
Yeah, that's kind of just rude.
So whenever you're having fun, but your client obviously is not enjoying it, you gotta pivot.
Yeah, change it up. Don't. Now you're just being annoying.
Yeah.
And boring.
Yeah.
And I don't want to listen to you anyways. That's dumb.
I see clients. I see coworkers do that. in the clinic. Like whenever we're in the clinic,
Yeah.
they are so focused on like staying out of the room that they're supposed to be in, or like staying in the room that they're supposed to be in. And them kids
doesn't help anybody
at that
over
point.
it. Yeah,
They really
like,
are. They
take
are
them to the playground, take them to the cafe. Like,
no, literally do something.
Move around.
Sticking too rigidly to a plan. Being able to pivot. Look at us.
Yeah.
We're one step ahead of the game.
Okay. Yeah, we don't want to stick too rigidly because then they're just gonna get over it.
And not following a scent. One of my biggest things whenever I'm like with a client, tickling. Like whenever we're with little kids, like they like to be tickled. Exactly. Most of them, most little kids like to be tickled.
But if they are over it,
leave them alone. Want to be tickled, like if they are very clearly giving you the body language.
That, or sometimes when you're trying to run DTT and they're like, I don't want to do this right now.
No, literally.
I don't want to do this. I'm tired. And I'm like, girl, I get it. I get it because I've been here all day. So I understand if you're tired.
Right.
We can take a break.
Me too. Let's take a break.
Yeah.
Taking a break is okay.
It is. You don't have to run trials 24/7, y'all.
No,
you don't have to run programs 24/7.
Sometimes I'll look at my data and I'll be like, man,
let's do some more.
We're kind of low. And I'll be like, all right, let's push for some more. And then I'm very quickly humbled.
Yeah.
By the fact that my client needed a break.
Yeah.
And I'm like, man.
And that's okay because they are kids. They are
session's over.
Regular, right. They are regular people and we need breaks. Why wouldn't they need breaks?
Right.
And they're younger than us. No.
Right.
Yeah. I would take a break.
If I need a break, they definitely need a break.
Exactly.
All right. Last little part of mine. What a successful session actually looks like to you. Is it laughter, data, independence?
Honestly, all of that.
Yeah, and redefining success beyond compliance. I feel like we had a successful session as long as my kid is sad to see me leave.
Yeah.
If my kid is not looking forward to it at the end of the session, I'm like, man, we did a great job today. I'm sad I'm leaving too, friend.
Right, like I'll be back tomorrow though. Like,
no, right.
That, and if I get enough data points in and we were laughing and hanging out and having a great time throughout that, and especially with in home, that whole day, there's going to be some times with refusal and non-compliance, of course, but if we've like overcame that and we're good at the end of session,
right?
Like you're happy,
a win is a win.
Cool, 10 out of 10, buddy. That's all that really matters.
I feel like that's the win.
And I got enough data. Listen, even better.
Sometimes I load that data into my soap note and I'll be like,
yeah,
actually, I need another 20-30 minutes.
Are my barriers?
Literally, barriers. Who?
Exactly.
Barriers. Who?
That'd be the hard part.
We wanted to have a good session. Sorry.
Lack of attending.
No, literally.
Yeah.
Lack of attending wasn't happening. We were actually having a great time.
Exactly.
So what in the world do I put here? I'll be like, hello?
Right. I need help
because
so these soap notes are long.
They take so long to complete. They take a long time to complete. If anybody has any tips and tricks on how to do some soap notes,
but specifically these, because honestly, I've been at different companies where soap notes were like
easy peasy.
Import data, sign, teacher signature, done.
No, literally.
And I'm like, now it's paragraphs basically at this point.
Well,
all these drop downs.
What I've noticed, like just in different roles and whatnot, is insurance companies don't want to pay for ABA services. They feel like it's not needed. They feel like it's not a medically necessary therapy to have. All the while, they wonder why this kid has so many psych appointments because their parents can't figure out what the problem is with the behavior and can't get any help because y'all don't want to pay for ABA services.
That's the hard part too. Insurance companies. That's why I used to want to make an ABA company. And I'm like, no.
Yeah, but then whenever you make an ABA company, you have to do what ours is doing and get super in-depth notes.
Yeah, I'm not
like super in-depth notes. And I don't see our notes going anywhere, unfortunately.
No, because they just got here.
They just got here.
And
from what I've heard, we have like 100% compliance.
Shut up.
No, seriously. That's a real thing.
Really? Like everybody knows their notes right.
No, like whenever our notes, the format that we have to submit them in, whenever that format is submitted to the insurance company, we have like 100% accuracy with insurance companies, and they're not sending our notes back and fighting us to pay for services.
Oh, then
they're just fighting with the cost of services.
They was gonna fight
not paying for them. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like they're justified, but they want to pay less for them. So
this doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make sense at all.
We're doing everything correctly.
But
you know,
yeah.
Has nothing to do with me.
All right, what do you have?
Sorry, y'all, hold on.
Handy dandy notebook, bro.
Literally. Okay.
I went through all of mine. I flew through mine.
Gosh. Okay, I know. Behaviors with no support plan. Behaviors with no support plan.
Oh, talk about it.
Bad supervision with no feedback.
Oh, talk about it.
Okay. Behaviors with no support plan. So, like, novel behaviors. Novel behaviors take me out. Depending on the behavior and the client, honestly. What client just had a novel behavior that was just so new?
Yesterday I got bit. That was new.
Who? Let me think. Stop. Really?
No, literally. Yesterday I got bit.
I've heard that kid does that though.
Prompting. I haven't.
Really?
And the BCBA hadn't.
Oh, the person that trained me on him told me that. She's no longer here.
Let me talk to her. Let me talk to her. Because why didn't you warn us?
No, was it a hard bite?
Why didn't you warn us? No, it wasn't a hard bite. Like, I don't even think I still have a mark. Let's look. Let's assess here.
Bruises.
No, I don't think I even have a mark, actually. Well, maybe a little one. Maybe a little one. But I got.
What happened?
So I was blocking the elopement, and since I had never known we bite, my arm went across the bite zone. Yeah, my arm went across the bite zone, and that's like safety care 101.
We talked about this last time.
Yeah, no, literally. You don't ever reach across the midline, ever.
Unless you don't like your arm.
Unless you are willing to get bit.
So. With their mouth? Yes.
With their mouth.
Okay, bad supervision. English? Bad supervision with no feedback. Okay. That's hard to talk about. That's hard to talk about. You know what? Sometimes it happens. Let's move on. All right.
So there was a day that I literally called my BCBA after a rough session where I was in virtual supervision. And I called and was like, hey, do you have any feedback for me? And they were like, no. Why? And I was like, oh, because I literally, I've had a hard session.
Yeah.
Like, do you have anything for me?
Exactly.
Is there anything that you would suggest I do differently? And they were like, no, you're doing great. I mean, thank you.
Appreciate it.
Give me something. Give me something to show that,
I like how you did this. I like how you did that.
Right. Give me a specific.
Exactly.
Help me. Oh my gosh.
I had to
use objective words.
Exactly. The way we got to do these notes. Be objective.
Oh, be objective.
I had to be like that. Oh my gosh. It was about that kid that almost jumped off the side of the building. Oh, I was like, so did I do anything wrong? She's like, no, you was perfect. You called me. And she literally came maybe 10, 15 minutes later, and she lived across Long Beach. I'm like, girl, you was rolling, huh? You was speeding. We trying to jump off the side of the building and stuff, trying to pancake ourselves on the... Literally. And she was like, well, you did good. And that was it. And she left. I'm like, okay, but... am I coming back tomorrow?
No, literally,
what do you want me to do?
I still have a job?
Exactly.
That's how I feel about my swimming thing. I'm like, yes, I swam with my client today. Am I still on the schedule?
Right. Can I come back?
Or telling them, whenever I requested the day off, and they were like, we're gonna see what we can do. I'm like, listen,
I'm not gonna be here.
I'm not coming to work.
Really?
I'm not coming to work that day. That was more of a formal, hey, I'm not coming this day.
Exactly.
Versus a request. Yeah, when I put it in that early in advance, I'm not requesting.
No,
I'm telling
you I'm not going to be here.
Right.
So
I'm not requesting.
The others
at that point.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
See, I put in some time off for next month in May and October. I haven't had one thing approved yet.
It's too far ahead. It's too far ahead.
It's not though.
I've been told to keep my numbers the right way and in a good standing. So that's all I gotta
You are
do.
better than me. So I just came back from a big vacation.
A big vacation. See, I need to take a vacation.
We should. You should.
I should.
Get on a boat somewhere.
I want to go on a boat. I'm on a boat. No.
All right, that's all I have.
That's all we have. We flew right through it. I mean,
you talked about a lot of this.
40 minutes, but
really?
Yeah.
Oh, sheesh.
It doesn't even feel like that.
No, we're getting better.
We've been kind of going through it, right on through it. No, we really are getting better. I feel like every pod, I'm liking our flow a little bit more.
Yes.
So
for sure. That's a good pod.
Well, thanks to our 3 viewers.
We love you. 10 out of 10. Oh, we can't leave without our tip of the week.
Ooh, what's our tip of the week?
Give me a second.
Come on, I'm excited.
All right,
we
let's
started doing
see.
this as of last week.
Oh my gosh.
Tip of the week: fun versus unfun session.
I think about a tip for the week.
Be good at picking up on your client's mood and engagement and body language, and make sure that you are making it a fun session for them, not just you.
Consent is important too. Follow the kid.
Yes,
definitely follow the kid.
Assent based, not what do they say? Assent, not something.
Stop.
You know what I'm talking
about? I know that saying.
Yeah.
Stop.
No, literally, I know it. It's on the tip of my tongue. I can't think of the other word.
Yeah, we'll come back next week with that answer.
I'll give you guys the answer, I promise. All right.
Well, thank you guys for joining us.
So we're going to hit end, and it's not actually going to end.
Bye.
And now it's going to end. Bye.